sky. I'm Princess Rocket. And Princess Rocket is about creating your life your way. And it's about you being an artist of your journey, your own journey, to draw it the way you want to draw it, and to also use emotional integrity and require it and request it from other people. And so what that means is, it means that all this rat race of putting us on a hamster wheel and trying to treat us like robots and just make us workers and consumers like we're ants, and then we're just gonna like eat and drink and do whatever people say. No, those days are over, okay? We're not ants, we're not robots, and we're definitely not gerbils, and we're definitely not hamsters, and definitely not rats, you know? And bless their hearts, man. The stuff they go through to prove to someone if they're right or wrong. That's exactly what's happening to us. So Princess Rocket's about you taking yourself back, unleashing your creativity. And so what that means more than anything is that you don't have to be a professional artist, which means, you know, musician, sculptor, designer, whatever. It's about you creating your life your way, and for you to realize that you are a masterpiece. You are a masterpiece. You're made by divine powers. We're just like snowflakes. We're all so unique and different. So what I want to talk to you about is honoring your creativity, to remove those blocks and to unlock your mind, your heart, and your soul. And I've been working on this really hard. I used to be on the other side where work, just try to get my work in, try to get my workout in, and then I would go home, right? And then I'd be like, okay, gotta eat, okay, got some time out, and then I'm supposed to go to sleep. No. So what happened is that I was in a really intense job, and then my mom got really sick, and at first we didn't know what was going on. It was a rare disease, had no idea. And then my birthday came, right when we got the prognosis or the diagnosis that my mom was gonna die in 2 months. And basically the month of my birthday,
People just sent me this solar wireless battery pack. Let's see what's inside.
Fiance told me that he wasn't worthy of me, and he was long distance at the time, and so we had this breakup after 8.5 years. I was traumatized, right? And then in October, on my birthday, October 30th, I got in a horrible car accident on the way to go see my mom, who was recovering from out of the hospital again. And what happened is that I was at a stoplight and somebody was in front of me, and a Jeep plowed right into me and smashed me in the car in front of me, totaled my car. And you couldn't see like no blood on me or anything like that. But there's videos of me because it was my birthday day, and I saw my family like right after, and I looked like I was dead. I swear to God, I think I died, but I was saved for a reason to be here right now. And then I went to see my mom, and I was in shock. You know, I went to the hospital, but then I was in shock. But the doctor's like in emergency, like, why are you here? Why are you even here? You don't look like you're sick. You don't look like you're wounded. Think about that. Think about how many of us are walking around and we're wounded and we're hurting inside. And because we look okay, you know, and then when we like say something like, man, I'm feeling a lot of pain, like, you don't look like you're in pain, whatever. You're not suffering, just shut up, right? So then, it gets worse. My dog died. He died of cancer. This all happened within 8 months. And then my cat died. I mean, these are all treasures, you know, my fiance, my mom, my dog, my cat, my car's totaled. I just left my job, you know, 2 months before my fiance and I broke up, and I got in this car accident because I was in a job where I was getting so sick. The ethics were missing, the emotional integrity was missing, and I wasn't allowed to be creative. Every time I'd get creative, somebody was like, wow, this is amazing. Somebody else would go, stab, 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 kill, 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 kill. No, you just do what you're told, don't think. Well, I'm a really creative person. I'm also a left brain person. I love strategies and all that. I love science. But if we don't share, if we're not allowed to express our creativity, we don't feel whole. And I'm like, why is it that all my friends are on antidepressant medications? And I was on it too for a while. And this is before that 8-month fun. Like, I realize that because we feel like we're in prison. We feel like we have shackles. We feel like we have rope wrapped around us. And then the worst, of course, happened. Well, my mom lasted more than 2 months. She actually lasted until, and all in all, from the original prognosis, she lasted for 1.5 years instead of those 2 months. But the bottom line is, job, bye-bye, fiance, bye-bye, car wreck. Oh my God, I was in so much physical pain, and then I'm in emotional pain. And then them, saying, by the way, your mom has an incurable disease. Okay. And then dog's in heaven, dog dies, my cat dies, my security blankets, my love, my unconditional love. And then my mom dies. And that's when this real new journey started for me. And so I'm here because I want you to know it doesn't make a difference what someone looks like. We could be in total pain, in misery or whatever. And just because you don't have cut wounds on you and blood running off of you, and just because it doesn't look like you got all battered and beat up, doesn't mean you're not hurting, And to top it off, one of the reasons why I left my former industry, I was bullied for 9.5 years. 9.5 years, I was bullied. Every time I thought, okay, I've been optimistic, I've been positive, I have tried to do everything I can to mediate this. I would even sit down with this person and have talks with this person and say, listen, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. What's going on? What is it about me that makes you so upset? They never had an answer. And what happened to me tonight on Instagram Live with another poet, and we're both artists in different ways. And we were getting bullied on the screen, bullied. And it just triggered me. It triggered me. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. And I knew, and I was like, okay, pulling the light, pulling the bright, pulling all this. But this person was relentless. So then I, moved up the screen so I couldn't see it. And then they would come back in, and it felt like a dagger was trying to get into my heart. And it was trying to get in there and poke me. And it felt like it had these hooks on it. Like if it got in, it would hook on and it would rip my heart out. I was like hyperventilating, but I wasn't showing it. But I did say something like, hey man, you know what? We're sharing our hearts and souls here. So just let us have our space. Also, they were asking questions like, what's Princess Rocket about and all that. I'm like, hey, I explained who I was and what I was, in the beginning of the video. And so why don't you go ahead and read, watch the replay later, right? Well, the replay never recorded for some reason. And I know now it's because I was so feeling horrible afterwards. It's like, oh my God, I'm having a heart and soul conversation with someone. I'm not like doing even a song and dance routine where somebody's trying to be a snob on me. So, oh my God, she didn't do those moves right. Or, or singing like, oh, they weren't doing the whatever bravado perfectly or whatever, because I'm not a singer, and those types of things where these people can come in, even when you make wine, that you call them wine snobs or foodie snobs. It's like, if you don't like it, leave. And I am here because I was triggered. And I am sure you're all triggered too. You're trying to be creative. You're trying to be vulnerable. You're trying to share your heart and soul. And somebody comes in and goes, I don't want you to be strong. I don't want you to be brave. I don't want you to share your heart and your love and your soul. Because if you do, people will not live in fear anymore. I want to make you afraid. I want to make everybody afraid. And I call it the beast. It's like the beast comes in and possesses people, and they become zombies, and they walk around. Everything you say, everything you do has impact. It has impact, people. It has impact. It's proven scientifically that our energy connects. It's proven that our energy has impact. So we're here right now because, weirdly enough, I was on Instagram kind of thumbing through, and I was going to read some poetry. Boom! Like within 60 seconds after this live event, this video comes in about bullying. And it showed, it was a reenactment of it. Like, oh my God, my bullying, the thing I hadn't really addressed was being bullied. And I had put it in a box inside my heart, and I had locked the key. And I didn't forget about it, but I was avoiding it. And I realized that, oh my gosh, Mom, all these things happened to me. My mom died. And I was in so much physical pain trying to recover from my car accident. I was focusing on the physical pain and trying to get through it. I'm like 85%. I still don't have all my physicality back, but I was focusing on this, focusing on my pain for my dog, my cat, my mom, my physical, pain. And I had put the bullying situation in a box because I'm strong, I'm brave, I'm going to be invincible. Woo! I rose above it. But I didn't deal with it. And I got triggered tonight. And we don't realize, we say, oh my God, that happened to me. And it's like, holy shift. I was like, whoa, and so I want to deal with it. I want to address it. And I want to talk about bullying to all of you. Whoever has bullied us, or when we've been bullied or we bully, it can affect somebody for the rest of their lives. So before we say something, before we do something, before we decide that we're going to criticize or judge someone else, even if you don't say it or write it, they feel it. Every time I've walked into a room, I immediately feel somebody's energy that has already critiqued me and sized me up and decided they don't like me. I used to think I was nutso. I would say something to my friend like, man, she doesn't like me. Like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? She hasn't even come over here to you. She hasn't even talked to you. She hasn't said anything. Or I was up dancing. I used to be on a dance team, which I really miss. I couldn't do those moves right now. Well, maybe I could, but I don't really want to do the work to do it. But I mean, you'd be up there and you were with the rest of the people and you couldn't see the audience. You were like, you had all these butterflies, you couldn't see the audience. But when you go into a room or go to somebody's house or go to a restaurant or go anywhere else, you can see them, and it's like, oh my gosh, seeing is believing, right? But that person over here is saying, what are you talking about? That person's not here, but I felt it. So feelings matter. People's feelings matter. How you project your energy matters. So in the next video, I want to talk about how we can empower ourselves with our own energy and how we can deal with other people's energy that are not benefiting us in any way. Like actually that person's energy that was bullying me during this live IG event was perfect. At the first it was not. I'm like, but look at me now. I'm empowered. This person has empowered me because I turned it around. So on the next video, we're going to talk about how to turn the bullying around or the bad energy around, how to empower ourselves with our own energy. And I want to do a workshop on it. And I haven't sat down yet to do it, but I want to share, like even me tonight, I mean, within 10 minutes, I was over it. It was past. I went for a walk. I'm like, wow, celebrating. I got through that. So I just want to say, I love you so much. I just love you so much. You think I don't know you, but I feel you. I feel your energy. And you would not be watching this right now if we weren't connecting. All right. And if you can't watch it all at once, then that's fine. We're going to keep it at 15 minutes and we're going to be signing out in just a second. But I just want to say that you're not alone on your journey. I'm right here and I love you. Love warriors. Mwah!